So friend, welcome to the TechCoreEasy YouTube channel. Today we will see how to set up Kafka inside your local environment. Nowadays everybody is working with Kafka, somewhat either using streaming or either as a producer or consumer or either as in Kafka Connect or with many other purposes. So it becomes very important that we set up the Kafka inside our local. We install or Kafka should be up and running in our local to test it with our local dev tool, and it helps a lot in running the unit test cases and other integrations which your application is using. So today I'll show you the simple 9 commands that you can set up the Kafka inside your local machine. These are simple 9 steps and you will be all up and running with your local machine and Kafka. So today we will see how to set up Kafka with Docker, and let's start. So first of all, in order to do these, you must need to bring the Kafka Docker image. I personally prefer the Wustli-Mister image, which is a very standard and very many contributors are there for this image. So you just need to clone this repo for a Kafka Docker, and then you just need to go inside this folder. Here is the catch. This is a step 1. Now as in step 2, what you have to do is you just need to take the Docker Compose file and you need to make a little edit that which port or which IP address your Kafka host or advertising host should lie. So in our case, it should be our Docker host IP. How to get the Docker host IP, I'll tell you. Just write this simple command if config and it will give you the Docker host IP. So this is our Docker host IP. Just copy it and just go back to the Docker Compose file, open the Docker Compose file which is available, and just change these Kafka advertised host name. Here I'm gonna write my Docker IP host, which is this one as I have shown you. So just save this information, and then the step 2 is over. Now as a part of step 3, you just need to make this Docker Compose up. Now there are two options here. If you just use a Docker Compose up, you will see all the logs, what is happening inside. And you will see that it will bring two different images. One is for Zookeeper and one is for Broker. I would like to say if you don't know about Zookeeper and Broker, then please do watch our video about the Kafka introduction, which will help you to take you on board with Kafka. Here in this case, if we use only Docker Compose up, then it will bring all these two images and it will do some processing with the Docker file, whatever is there inside the Docker file. If we use a -d parameter here, it will run all these things in a daemon mode and you will not see the logs directly on the console. However, you are not losing logs, please don't worry, but you will not see many logs and many execution happening on your console, and your console stays clean. So I'll use a Docker Compose up -d and I'll say please. So you see here, now step 3 is over. As a part of step 4, we'll just confirm that what happened when we said Docker Compose up -d. So you can see here on the console that once I have started Docker Compose up -d, it has started 2 containers. One container with my broker and one container is a Zookeeper. Where it is running, my broker is running here on 32989 on 9092 TCP port, and this is my local host machine where I can access this information or this broker. So by doing this, your step 4 is over. Now let's see what we will do in as a part of step 5. So what I will do is I'll just try to connect to this broker. I'll say docker execute -it and this broker, which is the name is Kafka docker Kafka broker ID 1. What I'll say is I'll say Kafka topics.sh and I'll say which server it is. So I'll say bootstrap server and it is running on 9092, and I'll say list. Please give me the list of all the broker which are there inside. So here we see that just need to give one hyphen here, and we see there is no any topic there. So what we need to do is we just need to create that topic, right? So we'll say let's create one topic, hyphen create hyphen topic t1. I'll say I want 3 partitions, so I say partitions 3, and how many replication factors? So I'll say replication factor 1, and that is it. Yes, let's check whether we'll check with the list command that is our topic is created or no. So we'll see, and yes, the topic is created. By these, your 7th step to the Kafka up and running is finished. Now let's just describe this topic. So we'll see some more information about this topic. Describe hyphen topic t1. Yes, and we see that there are 3 partitions on this topic. It's a replication factor of 1, which you can see these 3 partitions. And as there is no any broker inside this Kafka cluster, we have only one broker, if you remember, so that there is only one leader, and which is the ID is 1001. So here you can get pretty much detail about your Kafka topic which you want to diagnose. You can describe it. Now what we will do is we want to see how exactly the Kafka work. So we'll open a 2 terminal. On one terminal we will have a consumer, and on another terminal we will have a producer, and we will produce some message from the producer, and we will see that is this message are transferring to the consumer which we have requested. So let's see. So in order to do this, we'll again say docker exec -it, and we'll say Kafka docker Kafka broker 1, and we'll say Kafka console producer.sh, and we'll say I'll say broker list where 9092, and I'll say on topic t1. I want to produce, let me just explain this simple command which is our step 8. So what I'm saying is that please connect to this broker. This is my shell which produce the message. I'll here say broker list which broker I want to produce this message. So I'll say to the local host 9092 and on topic 1, and that is things are good. So we are already on the track, or our producer is ready. Now let's just try to open up one consumer so that whenever we publish any message through this producer, we can receive it on other end. So So here I will say the same way what we have just done, exec -it Kafka. Let me just make it a little bigger for you. Yes, and I'll say Kafka 1. I'll say Kafka console consumer.sh. I'll say bootstrap server is running on 9092. I'll say which group I want to assign. This group concept you can see on our a previous video about Kafka introduction, which will help you what the group is in Kafka cluster. So here I'll say TechCoreEasy, and I'll say from where you want to listen. I'll say from topic T1. And yes, my consumer is all up and running. So let me just try to open both these terminal. And try to produce something which I can listen here. Let me just keep this. Yes. So as you can see, the right hand side is my consumer and left hand side is my producer. So I'll say here one message, TechCoreEasy. And see, on the other hand, we are receiving this message. So you can here type anything. I am running Kafka. I'm running Kafka. Hello Kafka. Hello Kafka. So it is this easy. And now this is a step 9. Step 8 is to start your producer, and step 9 is to start your consumer, and just then exchange the messages. So now with these friends, we have set it up the Kafka local environment. Now we can also scale these to more broker, which is pretty much easy. I can show you right away. So I can say -- scale, which service it is. I'll say Kafka service, and I'll say on the scale of 3. And you see, my other one broker was already running, and other 2 broker already started. So now if I just check here, you can see there are 3 brokers. In a seamless manner, you can scale it, and you can the same way you can scale down as well. So it will again shut down the other 2 broker. It is this easy. On our next video, I'll show you how the leader election happens in Kafka cluster, which is very interesting for you and very important as well to understand how exactly Kafka works in the background. If you like this video, please share, subscribe, and like our channel. Please comment below if you see any problem in implementing these steps. However, I'll post these commands in the description as well as on our Git repo. Please have a look at that. Thank you so much.